Oh my God, I just downed a sandwich, did I not, Kasey? I just chewed. I'm still chewing, guys. Welcome to Hockey Hub. I'm still finishing my sandwich. I came in hot today. Big win last night for the Boston Bruins. Sophia and Kasey here with you, Hockey Hub. I need a breath. Hold on. Can you say, I need a sip of something.
Yes.
How you feeling? How you feeling, Kasey?
Feeling good. Happy Halloween, everyone. Welcome to our spooky set here on the Hockey Hub. And yeah, I mean, you had a roller coaster of a day running around as a reporter yesterday.
It was so
I want to hear how fun that was.
That was so fun.
And I've been up since 4 o'clock this morning because the spooky stuff started on Boston's Under the Chat. Now we're here to talk more hockey. We get to tiptoe around it in Boston's Under the Chat. So I look forward to this time.
Yeah, you guys kind of graze over hockey because we go in on our show. We're going to have PJ back, PJ Stock.
Yeah.
So he's been on our show before, but he also hosted, or he didn't host. I hosted, but he was the analyst for a couple of pre and post game shows in the last couple of games. Not this last one, but the 2 before that. So he saw a pretty bad loss.
Yeah.
He saw a good win. And so we'll get his thoughts on that. PJ's calling in about a couple of minutes. But yeah, yesterday was so fun. I love reporting so much. It is a really long day because you're at morning skate, getting all the sounds and the goods. And then you go home, have a little lunch. And
are you a napper?
change.
Can you nap?
Yes.
Okay.
I can, and I do, but usually like 20 minutes like sitting up, like I'm not like in bed.
You don't get fully comfortable.
No, I don't have time, number one, and then I made the mistake a long time ago doing that, and then I was like on the twilight zone.
Yes.
You know, when you're like, ugh.
That's why I'm not a napper, because I don't come out of that fog for far too long. It feels dangerous.
I think I won't nap just like regardless. Like most players, I would say 99% of the league naps no matter what. Like it's a rule. It's like the sleep doctor talks about it, so they know it's good for them. I will only if like I'm gassed from the night before, if I had a late night with work or something like that, then I will. But it's like sometimes in my car too. Like I have a pillow in my car. The team, the pre and post game team, they joke about it all the time. But I have a pillow in my car and like a little eye mask that I just like put in my glove compartment. And I'll park somewhere shady. And
I was gonna say, I don't know how safe that is.
I just lean back for 20 minutes, close your eyes, and like not think or talk, because this job is a lot of talking.
A lot of talking.
Thinking, a lot of talking, and a lot of being on all the time.
Yep.
So I just will do that for 20 minutes. I'll do it in the parking garage sometimes too at TD Garden. Weird. You guys are getting into my life now, all my secrets. But
we know all the secrets.
I will just go nap for a second and like rise back up. I'm like, okay, here we go. Another
the functionality levels, though, are impeccable.
I napped yesterday, so I did. I got like a good 20 minutes in, but it was so fun. I love being on the bench. I think I talked about that with you. It's such a high vibe, and really, you can get your interview and just leave.
Yeah.
You get the interview at the beginning. I always stay for 20 minutes for no reason at all, but I'm one of those.
I think it's because you're an energy person.
Yes, I am an energy.
You're just sitting there absorbing the energy around you.
That's a great point.
Yeah. That's a
really great point, because it does fuel me for the rest of the show.
Yeah, that could be your caffeine that injects you and gets you going for the rest of the time. Because I'm the person that can go somewhere and be completely exhausted, but depending on how the atmosphere is, all of a sudden I come to life. And it takes me forever to kind of digress from events or situations. So I can't go home and go to sleep. I don't know how people do it.
Thank you. Because a lot of people are like, well, don't you just go to bed? Like, because I'm tired a lot if I have to be up early the next day. And I'm like, no, I've been on bright lights in your face, talk, energy, and then I'm supposed to just go home and go to sleep at 12 o'clock?
There's no way.
I have to wind down. But I love being on the bench. That was fun. Zadorov gave me a good interview. The Bruins, we don't get a walk-off interview if they lose, so I really wanted a walk-off interview, so we got that with Elias Lindholm, who told us. So I was asking the staff if anyone knew the name of his baby, and they didn't. And then he said it on our air. I was so happy.
Oh my gosh, okay, somebody was asking me this morning, and I was like, I'm not sure. I did catch
Magnolia.
that he told you. That's gorgeous.
Yes.
Oh my gosh, Magnolia. But he did tell you that he got, what, 2 hours of sleep?
Yeah, 1.5 hours of sleep. I guess she had the baby that night, so he was there in the morning, went to the game, was going right back to the hospital.
Wow.
And that's probably why, by the way, we have Bruins news. That's probably why he was missing from practice today, but we're going to get into that a little later. We're going to have an Elias Lindholm update because he left the game, did not return, and that's not great. We're going to get an update on lineups and Khusnutdinov's first time on the top line. He had a goal. We're going to hear sound from last night because there was some funny stuff with Zadorov. But yeah, so Lindholm basically, Hampus is going back to the hospital and first-time dad. And I'm so glad they're here because they could have been on a long road trip.
I know.
Babysit the timing.
That's where things get a little bit more touch and go, because then guys actually have to like leave the team for longer periods of time to get back. I remember a time period where like a number of guys in the bubble, like so many of their wives were pregnant and they had to leave the bubble and could not go back to their team. And just to hear like the insight of what it entails for them when they're on the road versus when they're at home, like so glad they were at home.
Oh my God, I forgot about the bubble. I didn't have to do the bubble. So we're waiting for PJ to call in.
Yeah.
I think if we have it, Brennan, you could say yes or no if it's like ready or queued up. But I think we play a little bit of sound from last night and then we'll bring him in when he calls in. But we kind of want to talk about some of the things Marco Sturm said because he did talk about the identity of the team. He was asked about that. So maybe we play a little of that, but I'm just waiting for Brennan to tell me if we can or can't right now. Okay, he's trying to figure that out. Oh, PJ may have actually called in. We're just trying to get him up.
Oh, there we go. We're getting him set up.
Did you have a chance to meet him or no?
No.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
I saw him on the show with you and Adam, I believe. And then I remember I think the last time we were on Hub together, I was like, yeah, you said he was like your little brother or whatever. That's like all I know.
Yeah.
So.
It's so funny because he is like my little brother, and I hope he can hear this. Oh, yeah, he can hear this because apparently his shot is ready. Why don't we bring in my little bro, even though you're like 100 years older
little
than me,
big
PJ.
bro.
Little big bro. You're my little big bro. PJ Stock joining us. Okay, hold on. I think he's here. Hey, little bro, what's up?
How do I get little bro? I'm like double your size and about a year older than you.
Yeah, but like half the maturity, dude. That's why.
Yeah, that's okay. That's fine. That's fine.
It hasn't changed my mind about you, but also nice to meet you, PJ. What's going on?
This is Casey.
Hi.
Hi, Casey.
See, look
Sorry,
at me.
I'm trying to get this fixed up here.
Yeah, what are you doing? What are you looking at? Can you look at?
I know. I'm just kind of trying to get this done quickly. I don't know what's going on right now. Hold on.
Well, we don't know what's going on either, so welcome to the program.
Hi.
Welcome to the
Hi.
program.
Where am
You are on the Hockey
So,
Hub.
hi, Casey.
Hi. How's it going? Welcome.
I'm going.
It's
Thank
so
you.
lovely to meet
Thank you for having me.
Of course.
Happy Halloween.
We did our best. Sophia and I happened to match.
Yeah, we're matching in black. I didn't know what to, PJ, I was going to draw a spider on my eye. I went to CVS to get makeup. Couldn't do it in time, so no spider on my eye. Are you looking around for decorations or a mask? I mean, a mask would help you a lot.
I got, actually, I'm in my office.
Okay.
This is kind of,
Okay.
don't ask me why
PJ Sucks
this
chair
is in my
joins us on the
office.
show.
There we go.
Yep.
But I
do you
got
got?
like lots of stuff
Okay.
down here.
Okay.
This
Okay.
is kind of like,
Not a clue what that is.
That's an improvement, actually. Keep that on.
it's, I got, I mean,
Stick
my
with
office
that.
is a little, anyways, I think I can just do this for the next little while.
Yeah, don't get up again because we want
I
to.
look like Jaffe.
Except Jaffe doesn't have the hair. That's the old.
Yeah, you
Jaffe.
gotta rip off the drape.
Yeah, he did, by the way, Casey. I don't know if you know this, but Jaffe we showed it on the show a couple times, but
Had
he had
hair?
like, hair down to like mine.
No.
Or like yours. Yeah, he did. So.
Oh my gosh.
He's going again. This is what I'm talking about. And by the way, so PJ, for those of you just joining us, PJ Stock does TV in Canada. He does RDS, which is the French version of TSN. And he's been on Hockey Night in Canada, which is, PJ, can you come back? Which is one of our biggest shows.
I'm just trying to get some.
Oh, there you go. Keep that. Keep that.
Keep this?
Stay put,
Okay.
please. Yes.
Yeah,
Stay
this is a
put.
good one.
There you go.
Okay, thank you.
What does the scarf say?
Oh, I was the marshal for an Irish parade here
that's
in
cute.
Montreal. So, and then this was from a rodeo out west. This is when I got this. I can go to this hat too.
Okay.
Kind of Indiana Jonesy,
Yeah.
Yeah.
but not. It was actually I live in a suburbia where it's called Saint Lazare, which is a little west of Montreal, and there's horses out here and stuff. So we had like was it 100 or 150-year-old celebration of Saint Lazare, and I was the
Marshal.
Marshal, not really. I was going to say the mascot.
Yeah.
But, so I'm like, they're like, it's a Western theme, and I'm like, fine, I'll only do it if you get me a hat. So and they're like, do you want a cowboy hat? And I'm like, this is the version of the cowboy hat. So it's all
I like it.
multi-purpose.
I like
It's
it.
Multi-purpose.
Yeah. It's not too in your face. I think if you had like a crazy cowboy hat, that'd be like too fake in your face. That's very nice and subtle.
That's that one.
Yeah, that one's fine, but that looks like a free beer hat you'd get in like a beer can.
Kenny Chesney
I mean,
concert.
yeah, a beer box. Peach, we do want to talk about
helmet.
See, told
my
you. This
Bruins
is what I'm
helmet
talking
over
about.
there.
We do
It's
want
not
to talk about hockey. PJ, focus. We do want to talk about hockey. The last non-hockey question. Are you
so
wearing?
much other things to talk about? Like why hockey? Like everyone's just talking. Like, what are you talking about? The Bruins. What are we? 15 games in now? What are they? Bruins
13.
They're 13. 13 games in the middle. They're in the middle. And last night pulled off a big win against a team that, again, actually, Casey.
Yes?
Serious question.
I got you.
Like, how does a boat float?
A boat
A boat. Like, I get the whole displacement of water thing. I get it. Like, I get it. But I take, like, a little rock and it sinks. And then I build a huge boat out of steel and I fill it with rocks and it floats.
I think it's the hollow
I
concept.
know the water. I understand it.
Yeah.
But I don't.
Definitely a brain buster.
Is this an analogy for something? Because where are you going with this?
Yeah.
I was just going to say, I said this the other night, like, I don't know how the pyramids were made, and we can all agree to that. There's something fishy about there. The boat thing is up there. And the Buffalo Sabres. They have tons of talent. You guys saw last night. They can score goals, but they're just terrible defensively. And every year, I do not know how that team is so bad.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
They have great talent year after year on that team. It's a great sports city. And year after year, they find ways to be really bad. And
they're cursed.
I think, but why though?
I don't know I don't know who made a bad deal, but you play there, then you leave there, and then you find a good career after the fact. So it's almost worth it. It's not particularly a kiss of death, but it's taboo.
I feel so bad for the fans there because I'm glad the Bills are doing well for them. I shouldn't be saying that when we're in Boston here with the Patriots. Sorry, I said that. I'm saying for the people, I'm just happy for them. But like, they are real diehard Sabres fans.
Sports city.
It is a great sports city, and year in and year out, like you said, they get robbed. But we're okay with that as of yesterday because we wanted the Bruins to win, and the way they came back. Well, sorry, I guess they didn't really come back. They gave up a lead, but then they came back to win it. Thank God they didn't give up the extra point. Did you see? It's okay if you didn't. I know you're busy. You have 10 jobs. Did you see any of it, PJ?
Yeah, it was last night. Actually, I was doing the post-game show for the Senators game up here in Canada, and at the same time I was watching the Bruins game, and it was a game that, you know what, it's one of those years for the Bruins. Now we're going to hockey. By the way, I'm not sure what hat I like better. Casey, which one do you like better?
Well, he wants your opinion.
You know, I am from Florida. I'm kind of a Southern gal, so the cowboy hat really does it for me.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Yeah. Like grew up with horses and like all the things. Yeah.
I don't have any straw I can add.
I don't know
here
if like the scarf in the cowboy hat works out. So if you want to bag the scarf, there you go.
Right.
That's the look.
I have a question for you.
Why do you hold a bottle of booze up? I can hold a bottle of booze up.
Why do you text me 20 minutes before the show and say, what are we talking about? And then talk about nothing that I said we're talking about. Why?
Well, I didn't really. Just to say that I checked in, so the producers can't get mad at me to say, like, why didn't you follow up with Sophie? I followed up. I just didn't like what you were talking about. But let's go to the Bruins for a second. So this is the year that they're going to have, and last night's a great example of the year that they're going to have. The last 3 games are a great breakdown of what they're going to have. Ottawa, they lose 7-1, which is a team they're kind of equal with. So if we did the game, actually we did both games.
Yep.
The next game they play. Speak to me. So who they beat on?
I don't even know. Who did they play on? They played Buffalo yesterday. Buffalo. Islanders.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you. They beat the Islanders, and then they win last night. So they're in that pocket of teams, and I think this is a tough year for Sweens because he's got to look at it as. I don't think on paper we're a playoff team because everything's a comparable. I think he'd love to be, but I don't know. Like everyone's Florida. We always think the top 3 teams this year should have been Tampa, Florida, and Toronto. That's just by comparables. This goalie, this defense, this team, and it was kind of like a rejigging year for Buffalo. Sorry, for Boston, and despite the poor start, the Bruins are only 1 point out of 3rd place in the division. So it's kind of one of those years that other teams around them aren't playing well either. Mm-hmm. Is it one of those things that we're still in it? Do we invest in this year? Do we ride it out and just kind of finish middle of the pack? Or is it a year where fans aren't going to want to hear this, slide back a little to get a better draft pick? Because there's the stats, which I don't have for you right now. If you would have texted me earlier to tell me to get these stats. But the stats for the draft picks that are drafted 1 to 10 The percentage of them that play 100 games in the NHL is, I'm going to say 50. I'm just making it. Then it goes from
low.
20 to 30. That's the highest. But then it goes from 11 to 20. That number is still okay, but drops significantly. But 20 to 30, the amount of players that play 100 games in the National Hockey Leagues is it just falls. Then the second round even is like, forget about it. So then there's third, fourth, fifth. So if you're going to be bad, this is awful to say, if you're not going to make the playoffs, don't finish ninth. Unless you're in a run and you're getting you're in a run where you have an opportunity to teach a lot of young players about the compete and the stretch and all the sacrifice that have to be made trying to get into the playoffs, about how hard it is. That's an investment.
But I think they are, Peach. Like we're talking about the Providence Bruins a lot, and right now they're at a 7-0 start, and they're just on the so many of those guys are NHL cusp guys. And then we joke here that like the BC Eagles are, the feeder school for the Boston Bruins. 6 or 7 picks there. And there's no confirmation that someone like James Higgins, who, speaking of picks, like you said, our first pick, number 7th overall, there's no confirmation that he's going to play this year. But the belief is right now, like Sweens and Cam haven't said that, but the belief is among reporters that he's going to finish the college year. I think it ends around March, April, and then come up, or I guess April would be the end, but come up for a couple after that. So there could be that opportunity. You do not want bad habits to kick in with these young guys who are impressionable and coming up. So, I think the Bruins have to watch out for that.
And there's also a lot of teams that have success for a long time. They have that foundation, which is the American Hockey League team. And they eventually grow into your NHL core. So Tampa Bay has been so great for so long. They won the American Hockey League championship. They moved up. Buffalo is not great now, but prior, when they made their run for a bunch of years, it started in Rochester, all those great players. They eventually all move up together. And I think the Bruins, when they had success for a bunch of years, they had a pretty good team in Providence as well that was feeding players up to Boston. But then what happened for so many years, that core was so great with Marchand, Chara, Seidenberg,
Bergeron,
go up and down that list. But that core is so good that you never really traded them away. You just kept adding players on, but you would get rid of a lot of those players in the minor system because you trade them for picks. You trade them for players. You trade them for something that would help you today. And they've kind of emptied that. And they have to find a way to refill that because that is the foundation for the success at the top of level. So it's a process. And they have to make up that decision that are we in it? Do we have a chance of winning it? Or is this a time where we take a step back and a big step back to say to ourselves, it's time to restock our cabinet and start it in Providence. And it's great in Providence. It's going great. It's crazy. It's 7 in a row, which is, I think they're second place, but 7 in a row. And then the players that are going to be coming in at the end of the year, where do they go? You might give them a game or two in Boston, but then you send them right to Providence because you want them, if the Bruins aren't making the playoffs, you want all these players to get that playoff experience. There's nothing like playoff experience, winning and losing and sacrificing. It's completely different hockey, and it takes a lot of times players to learn what it takes and how much losing sucks at that level to work that much harder to teach you to be better at the next level.
Well, with how wonky the division is, and of course this compressed or compacted schedule right now, what's a fair timeline? Because you have some fans already kind of asking to see some of these Providence guys, and I know that you want them playing. I mean, having them playing is probably the best bet for them, but also you can't touch NHL reps, right? Or is that just kind of like a assumption by fans sometimes?
That's a fan base. It's just a fan base, and fan bases are awesome. They're fanatics. They're excited about their team. There's 4 million general managers, and what's the population of Boston? There's how many? They all think they know more than the GM of the Sox. They all think they know more than the coach of the Patriots. They all think they know more than Dom Sweeney and Cam. They might know more than Razor. That's the only thing that they might know. But that's kind of what it is. That's what makes that sports city so special. Is they do know a lot, but if it was that easy, it'd be that easy. I remember Don Sweeney, former teammate, now general manager, and I keep in touch with Don. And this is just after you guys, or we did, or all of us lost in the finals, and I forget what year it was. But they lost in the finals. I called Sweens up. I'm like, dude, that was a great run. That was awesome. And he's like, yeah, tell that to the media, my bosses, everyone. There's only one team that wins, and there's 31 teams that lose that didn't do something right. Mm-hmm. And that's part of the process of, where is this team at? Where are they going? And do the fans understand what the general manager is trying to do?
It's funny because...
And you're right. Hold on.
Yeah.
Casey, you're right. I look great in this hat. I
told you.
Yeah.
It's hands down the look.
Yeah. I can do the guns too.
Well, actually, I wanted to ask if you're wearing your son's shirt or did you shrink that in the dryer, buddy? Like, that could not be any tighter, Peach.
I thought the shirt tied the whole leg together.
Speaking of guns, honey, did you shrink it on purpose?
So I went to this place called the gym soap. Okay.
Oh.
You got to find out where it is, but I went there. Okay. I lifted a couple weights because I knew I had a big show coming on. Then I took a sauna, and I actually was in there checking my notes, and then I realized, I got to get out, and that's why I was starting this thing because I was still sweating.
Yeah.
And then boom, now we're on. So yeah. So at the gym. So come on.
Bet that's probably like one of those blow up, those blow up muscle shirts or whatever.
Yes.
And that's why PJ was getting up. He's like, let me find a costume. Meanwhile, he's like trying to. He wanted us to see. Go ahead, get up, go for a walk if you want to show off your gym guns. You can do a little.
I was gonna. No, I mean, I got a lot of. I actually got a pretty cool office. What else do you want to see? So
no, I shouldn't have said get up. I shouldn't have said stay.
Yeah, let's see what we got
Oh God,
here.
he's gonna go. See, the thing is with Peach. The thing is with Peach. I'm talking to Casey right now. Don't tell him the opposite of what you want him to do.
Okay.
So if you're like, hey, sit in your. If you're like, get up
and go do something.
Yeah, get up and go. He'll stay, but now he's gone.
The second that you said sit down, he's gone on his way out.
Hence, little brother. Which, by the way, believe it or not, PJ's a father of 4 children. 4.
Boys and girls, or all girls?
3 girls and 1 boy, if I remember correctly, Peach. He's gone somewhere. They're all teenagers now. The youngest one's 18. I have known PJ for a really long time.
Pretty big, girl dad vibes, so.
Yeah, no, he's a great dad, but I always joke that I'm like, what? There you go. Oh, yeah, you got the little bud goal line.
We're not expecting that.
You didn't get to really see many of those in your career, did you, Peach?
Got to see one. One was enough. One was enough. So.
I thought you had 5 NHL goals. How many career NHL goals do you have? I thought you had 5.
Well, I don't like to count preseason and playoffs, when they really count.
Yeah.
But I scored enough. I mean,
he scored 1, I think.
I scored backhand shell from Brodeur.
You scored on Kelly Rudy. 5. My producer looked 5.
Do you have a favorite one? We always have to ask that question.
Yeah. What's your fave goal of your career?
Yeah.
How much time do you have?
I mean, 2 minutes.
Got my championship belt here. I think they gave me that one after I scored on Brodeur. Never saw it coming.
What's that actually from?
It's my belt.
Yeah, but from what?
Because I'm a champion.
Oh, my God.
Is there a specific kind of champion?
Yeah, I was.
Could we niche it up a little?
So I'm, co-partners in a communications company called 26, which is based off of my boss and partner's mom that passed away. Her birthday was May 26th, which ironically was my birthday, which ironically was the total amount of points that I have, which is so funny, but the number 26. And we do annual award ceremonies that I run, and I get everyone trophies and plaques.
Wait, so did you just tell us that you bought that for yourself?
I didn't buy that for myself.
Okay. I wasn't sure if that's what I heard.
That probably for himself.
This was my this was my national HR champion, man of the people, and most likely to save a cat from a tree. 26 Man of the Year award, which was I won that. Mm-hmm. I won that, and they felt like, hold on, don't fall.
It's ridiculous.
I also have my Notre Dame scarf on. When Notre Dame played, I can go as a Notre Dame played at in Ireland last year. They actually picked me as the people's champion.
No, they did not. Oh, at work.
They did.
His office is like 12 people. I thought you meant Notre Dame did. I'm like, are you kidding me?
Boss and partner said, you're the man. You're the man. It says it right here. PJ Stock, 2025.
Yeah.
26.com's Employee of the Year.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Are.
So I'm taking time out of my busy day from grinding.
To be on the show. To be on this. Yeah.
Yeah. And I'm really excited. I just got to tell my boss that I'm not missing calls right now.
I was going to say, we're more than happy. I'm more than happy to let you go, actually. No, I'm kidding. I'm more than happy to let you go to work, but we actually do have to send it to commercial, PJ. So we are going to say goodbye. What's that?
What?
There's commercials in this?
There's commercials in this, so we're going to send it to commercial. Say bye to Kasey. Please don't text me again. And I'm tired.
Kasey, we'll talk.
I'm tired.
Yeah, I didn't go out.
Honestly, I think you should keep it on for the rest of the weekend. But all the great things I've heard about you have just added up. So I'm so glad that this is how I got to end my Friday.
I'm tired already. We're going to send it to break.
Taylor Swift.
Love you, Peach.
Bye, guys.
Bye. Bye. Okay, we're going to be right back after this on the Hockey Hub. Sans PJ, we'll actually talk some hockey. See you after the break.
His first of the season as an overtime game winner. The Bruins have won 3 of their last 4.
Welcome back to the Hockey Hub. You just heard Judd Surratt with the overtime winner call on NESN as the Boston Bruins won 4-3 in OT, thanks to Marat Khusnutdinov, who had his first look on the top line.
Oh,
he
yeah.
also played a little. He was started out on the left wing, and he played a little bit of center because Elias Lindholm went down. So we're going to talk about all of that. We got some sound from Marco Sturm last night. That's very important, actually. PJ was talking about the identity of the team and what they are.
Yeah.
I wanted to get that sound in while we were doing the interview.
It was never going to happen.
But if you watched that last block, you understand that was crazy.
That was never going to happen.
No, it was never going to happen with PJ on. What did you think of now? Do you understand why I call him my little brother?
Yeah, 100%. I mean, just keeping him to sit down was a task.
And as soon as I said, please don't leave your chair again, I was like, why did I say that? He's going to leave his chair.
Yeah, like you knew better.
Yeah.
But I love that kind of energy. Like, I love his energy. I would buzz around to somebody like that, but very much
in doses.
Exactly. Like, I would just keep waiting for a moment. I was like, so do we ask him hockey things? And he was like, we talk hockey all the time. We're not doing that here. And I was like, we're not going to do that.
No.
Just follow his lead.
We talked, he had like 3 minutes of calm when he talked about, I think it was off of your question, and I was like, okay, we're getting some hockey analysis here, and then it all went to, you know what, after that. No, but that was super fun. We love having PJ on in doses, but we didn't really get to talk about the Boston Bruins and last night or get his take, so we're going to give you that right now. Again, we heard Marat Khusnutdinov's call, or Judd's call on Marat. What did you make of him on the first line? Did you hear that coach said earlier that he really earned his opportunity?
Yes.
Hard on pucks, good attitude, all that.
Yeah.
I like that. It also shows the Providence guys. This could happen to me.
Oh, yeah. It's a hopeful path. And, like, the other cool part about it, because I loved the storylines and I loved how you actually mentioned before, like, how he's working on his English, which, like, I know that's something separate, but it just shows you, like, the hunger, the tenacity to just kind of, like, create this life for yourself. Creating a life for yourself means you're going to create opportunities for yourself with this roster. But I remember that looking into, Fraser Mitten and looking into Khusnutdinov when they first came over here was just kind of like, well, what are the previous teams saying about them? And the scouting reports and whatnot. And Judd Brackett for the Minnesota Wild was saying just that he has this propensity about him. He can always adjust to be what you need, and he does it with such a humble chip on his shoulder. And you're talking about someone where the NHL, technically, by words of Minnesota Wild, the NHL is just waiting for him to get adjusted because the rink size is different and just kind of the expectation is different when you play in Europe. And he played for the KHL, had great numbers, I think 75 points through 162 games. Also was a center to Michkov, who's starting to find his identity with the Philadelphia Flyers. So he has all these things to his resume that just shows the leadership, the tenacity, and the hunger that he has in the most humble way, and then just put what Marco Sturm said on top of it, and it's just like, wow, you know that he's going to pave a way for himself. And Minnesota said that originally when they brought him in, it was because eventually they wanted to see him as a top 6 player, and I feel like he's showing that he's capable of that opportunity. So that was always attached to his name in the NHL.
No, I love that. I love that you bring up the KHL and his numbers there and what his roles were. So that's very cool. Part of his resume. I did a car report yesterday, which is like I say what the lineup is after practice. And I had a lot of feedback from fans saying like Marat on the first line, like things are tough for the Bruins. And my response was like, no, wait a second. Like, no, Brad Marchand was a 4th line player and moved his way up.
Morgan Geekie.
Yes, Morgan Geekie, exactly. And I'm not saying that that is what's going to happen, but I'm definitely not saying that that's not going to happen.
Yeah.
And if Marat had been in the NHL for 10 years and then and consistently a 4th line player, which we know 4th line players are very important as well, but then all of a sudden we're trying him on the first line, then I understand it's like, ooh, times are tough. This is a young kid with a lot of potential, and he had a good preseason, all XYZ, and like you said, his history in the KHL. You know, I didn't know much about that, but you can sure bet the coaching staff does.
Yeah.
So, you know what I mean? Like, they're looking at
But you
that.
know the first thing that I do when anything comes up, I'm just like
Research?
Yeah, like I'm like how people doom scroll on TikTok. I like doom scroll players.
Girl, I'm the opposite. That's why this works well, because Casey can provide all the information, and I'll bring people on.
Or good tandem. And you get the storylines.
And I get the storylines.
Exactly.
There you go. But with his history, knowing that now, that makes even more sense about what the coaching staff saw. And it's not like they're like, this is his permanent spot. They're trying something.
Yeah.
And it wasn't bad yesterday. Like the overtime winner is different because
you have different people out there.
Yeah. It was like special teams were screwing things up. They had a PK and then a power play. So we didn't really see consistency there. And 3-on-3 is very different. But yeah, no, I liked what I saw, and I feel like he's going to get more chances on that line. And like, that's okay, everyone. It's not like a desperation call. It's like, let's see what's going on.
100%. I actually love that you point that out because I did see people freaking out over it too. But it's just like, it kind of stinks, and that's probably a stigma that hopefully as the league continues to change, fans kind of get away from. But like, when you brought in Khusnutdinov, like he was never anticipated to be a 4th liner. And yes, he was playing on the bottom 6 with Minnesota. But if you look at it, it's because the identity was so solidified on their top 6 players. But the projection in terms of like where he was supposed to go, like I said, Judd Brackett was mentioning the fact that they brought him over to contend for a top 6 role. That is exactly what his numbers have shown. He was the captain of his KHL team, Sochi, I believe it was called, for his last 15 games being there. And then he was also the captain for the World Juniors team for Russia. So he has leadership caliber. He's got two-way ability, which fits the bill of this system. And whenever they've needed more speed, whenever they've needed something different, they've looked to Khusnutdinov. So I think that speaks to his potential to not just be a bottom 6 guy. I think it's the timing in which he came in and the fact that we were very much married to what the top 6 would look like. And now a lot of things are going to potentially change because the team hasn't fully solidified their identity yet.
No, and Marco Sturm made that very clear in training camp that he's going to be moving things around, I mean, indefinitely. And until you have like a perfection line like Bergie, Marchand, Pasta, or if you have an, top line that's solid, you should be moving things around as a coach. Right? Top 2, top 6, bottom 6. We have a lot of sound on Khusnutdinov, so we're going to get to some of that. Let's hear from Zadorov on Khusnutdinov.
I was really happy. No, it's great. I mean, he's a good player, good kid too. We've been close since he came here. Family's close. He's coming for trick and treating tomorrow, so I'm gonna be exciting. Yeah.
Nice. Are you dressing up tomorrow for your kids?
Yes.
What are you gonna be?
You will see tomorrow.
Did you say who's going with you?
Yeah, he will. Yeah, he's gonna hold my basket with my candies.
Zadorov having a little bit of fun there, and I'll get your take on that. Something we cut out though. I asked him about Khusnutdinov's English getting better, and he was joking around that he's like, I don't think it's getting better, but yeah, he did say that. But he.
Oh my gosh, and you had a full report on it.
And I did have a full report. I said he's taking English lessons, and Zadorov's like, I don't think he is, and I'm like, no, he said he was. So unless he's lying to me, he said he was taking English lessons, but I've noticed it be a lot better. And one of the things I asked him, I said, do you encourage him to speak English in the room, or do you sometimes speak Russian to him? And he said, we don't speak Russian. It's a rule. So I don't know if that's a Bruins rule or if it's a personal personal rule. I'll look into that.
help them out.
But that they maybe aren't allowed to speak other languages in the room, maybe. I like that because we have a couple checks. I like that just to keep everyone, inclusive and involved.
Well, it breaks the barriers of intimidation when you're like, because you're speaking in other languages is already so intimidating because you don't want to get it wrong and you also don't want to be offensive. But I love something that Brick said yesterday on air. I believe he was saying like there's a universal language in the locker room anyway.
Yeah.
And you want to make sure everybody's on the same page as to the universal language. I mean, not so much to that point, but I'm guessing that branches off as to why probably as much English as possible in the locker room.
Yeah, and then sometimes guys get cliquey too. If there's like a bunch of French guys, a bunch of like Czech
You'll
guys,
stick to
Russian,
your own kind of thing. Yeah,
and they don't want that. So anyway, I liked learning that. Your take on that clip and just Zadorov and Khusnutdinov. I was
going to say, on top of my natural love for Zadorov, just to see him like having a good time there, like he has this reputation about him already, and that's because you don't see much of that. So I love the whole like, oh, you'll see my costume when you see it kind of thing. But also, it's nice to know that like Khusnutdinov does have somebody in a family to go to because he is a very family-oriented guy and to be a part of it. But something I said this morning on Boston's End of the Chat is I was like, what an enforcer thing to say that like he's coming to trick or treat with me and my family, but he's going to hold my basket.
Right.
It's just like you can already see some of like a familia stance between those two, which I think is great. It just helps him get more comfortable.
Yes, and he has in the summers, I think like Zadorov helped him with it, like a storage locker, Khusnutdinov was saying, or he got to store his stuff at his place. Like he's taken him under his wing, which is really nice. But again, I love that in the room, only English, no Russian. And I think it's very important for Khusnutdinov and his wife to have somebody like the Zadorov family to go to. Not to like jump around because I can talk about Khusnutdinov for a while, but just to give an update on Elias Lindholm. So he wasn't obviously skating this morning. Well, I guess that wasn't obvious, but he wasn't skating this morning, and he's got to have an MRI and then be reevaluated. But the team is assuming he's going to be out for a couple of weeks. Hampus Lindholm also not at practice, but we're assuming it's just because he's with his family.
Yeah.
And the new baby that they had, if you hadn't heard, baby Magnolia, they had just a couple of days ago or yesterday, and so that's why Hampus wasn't there. But with Elias Lindholm out, Khusnutdinov is going to get a little bit more looks at center. I'd love to hear from David Pastrnak about Khusnutdinov, and then we can talk about that.
Yeah, he's obviously very skilled, very fast, and high-end skilled player that works really hard and is super fast. So obviously, just to use his speed, I told him fastest, in our team. So I will find him to just keep skating. I'll try found him even if he's ahead probably most of the times than me. But it was a lot of fun so far. He's been fun to play with. He's very strong on the puck for his size. And he's unbelievable on forecheck. So far it was fun, and hopefully we can build more and more chemistry.
Yeah, how much do you think that goal will help his overall confidence?
Yeah, I mean, of course it's you get to promote it to the top 6. You obviously want to produce, so that's good that he get on the board and at the same time hopefully many more are coming his way.
I mean, I like that confidence vote from one of the best players in the league, David Pastrnak. And I can tell it's genuine. Not saying players aren't genuine, but if you're asked about a teammate, you're not going to be like, listen, it sucked. Yeah. You're not going to say that to the media, 100%. And
you have your other general jargon that feels kind of like the typical response versus like something more authentic in that sense.
Yes, 100%. And I feel like I've been around Pasta enough to know that sounded very authentic. And I could feel maybe even the excitement from him because like Pasta's such a creative player. He obviously has learned to play with Elias Lindholm, Morgan Geekie, the two of them. That was so fun. And when you're feeling chemistry, like it's more fun for you.
Yeah.
One game, small sample size, but and obviously some practices, it feels like Pasta is like, I'm excited for what this can mean for Marat, but for him too.
Well, every once in a while, well, not every once in a while, I got a theory. Because Marat has been known to have like defensive responsibilities to his game. And I've said it a couple weeks ago now, considering like the leader that Pasta is, he'll do whatever it takes for this team. But if he's playing with somebody who is very defensively sound next to him, I feel like he can go and be free. And like, I know we're all looking for the free version of Pasta. So like him and Geekie already have an understanding. Khusnutdinov, if he can help contribute to the scoring, yes, but if he can be so defensively responsible that Pasta can just go out there and be freaking Pasta, this can end up being like a fun top line to watch.
Yeah, 100%. I'm loving that we're gonna likely get more looks on that. They're playing tomorrow, they being the Boston Bruins, at 1 p.m. a matinee game. Love the matinee games. That is tomorrow, but for now we're going to send this to break. It is Halloween, if you can't tell by our set.
Yeah.
It is Halloween, so Kasey and I are going to talk a little bit of Halloween fun on the other side of the break. Welcome back to the Hockey Hub. We had PJ Stock on, didn't talk any hockey.
I like the song. No, we didn't. I mean, we got some P Bruins going.
This is like, what is this, like DJ Halloween?
Yeah. Have you seen the Tom Hanks Pumpkinhead?
No.
Okay, this sounds like similar. It's something really goofy, but he always just kind of pops up out of nowhere and says
like
something.
Tom Hanks
David
does?
Pumpkinhead, yeah.
Have not seen
I'm not
that.
explaining it well.
Have not seen that. Okay, cool. This is like Halloween beats. Very cool. Okay,
DJ Self.
we had Spill the Bees, or we have a lot of different episodes of Spill the Bees. That's what we do on Media Day. One of the questions was their biggest childhood fear, the Bruins. So let's talk about that, or hear from them. Then we'll talk about it.
Yeah,
I'm tired. Go to sound. What was your childhood fear?
Quicksand.
Sharks.
Sharks. Raccoons.
What about now?
Still raccoons.
Still raccoons. Have you
Yeah.
ever been up close with one?
Yeah, when I was younger, we went to like Disney Wild World of Sports for a baseball tournament. And it was like an outdoor hotel, and me and my mom walked up, and there was one hanging right above our door.
Snakes.
Snakes, I hate snakes. It's still,
Still fear.
snakes.
Snakes. I hate snakes.
Probably snakes, I would say basic. I still hate snakes, yeah. Probably every time I saw the snake on the ground, I would just run away screaming, yeah.
I'm afraid of heights. Been for a while.
Heights. It's not working with me.
I've never been a fan of heights. Like, I would go on roller coasters, but like, I remember when we were younger, we went to like the CN Tower and like the last floor.
Oh, for the longest time it was heights. And then I like tried to conquer that whenever we'd go to an amusement park or water park or something. I'd always go on the biggest ride. Didn't really feel great doing it, but it was like one of those where like, okay, I can beat this.
Roller coasters, hated roller coasters. I guess clowns. I was super afraid of clowns. I can't remember the movie I watched, but I had to be in like 1st or 2nd grade, definitely watching a movie I wasn't supposed to be watching.
Definitely not a fan of like the insects and snakes and that kind of stuff.
Spiders. And it's not a childhood fear, it's an adult fear.
Spiders, it's still my fear, so I'm not grown up yet, so I'm still a child. But yeah, spiders, no thank you.
Okay, that's so funny. I could have one right here and not care.
Yeah, you're nuts.
Weirdly, I fell into like a big ant pit when I was a kid, and since then I hated ants.
Being afraid of the dark.
I'd say probably the basement when it was dark. I feel like every kid can relate. I think if you were ever like hanging out with your buddies too late and you had to come home when it was dark, you pedal a little faster. That's probably one when I was a kid.
Choking, I guess. Like, just choking. And now that I have kids, if I see like they start coughing, I'm like, oh my gosh.
Drowning, still is. Scary. I love swimming. I love the ocean, but I'm scared of drowning.
Water, like ocean. My cousins, who is way older than me, made me when I was 7 years old watch Jaws 1 and 2 and whatever. And ever since I was scared of the ocean.
I don't know why. I was always scared of bears. Okay. I had a lot of nightmares of bears, and now,
Can't be scared anymore.
I can't.
No, you are a bear.
I love the bears.
Yes. That's kind of funny at the end. I didn't know they were going to, this is my first time seeing it, even though I did the events. I like this little
Feels like so
page.
long ago now, though.
Wait, the raccoon is awesome. The lasers.
Psychotic
with the laser
raccoon.
eyes. So the question was, what's your childhood fear? Spiders came up a lot. You heard me say there could be, so Kasey, there could be one right here crawling up and I would not be scared. Oh, so hold on, I have to promote what? Oh, sorry, Brendan. Catch the full episode on YouTube. There you go. On Nesson's YouTube. That's what I had to say.
Back to Sophia being a freaking hero, because actually I was sitting in that chair, Brick was sitting here, we're in the middle of a conversation and I see one crawling out from underneath the chair. Toby, right behind the scenes here, had to come to the rescue during commercial break because I was like, I will die.
What kind of spider was it?
Couldn't tell you. It was too big, that's all I know.
Was it like grayish or dark black?
It was gray, whitish,
yeah,
and it was like medium, but it was too close to me.
Yeah.
That's all I know.
I mean, listen, I respect that fear fully, but the gray and white ones don't bug me at all because those are like, they just eat bugs. Like they're not gonna bug you.
No, dude, you gotta get too close to figure that out.
I could be sleeping and I could see one above my bed and I'm like, whatever, I go to sleep. I know. it took me. I had to train myself. Like it took me a while because I lived in a 100-year-old home back in Toronto. Like it wasn't even updated, but it was beautiful, like, but just old. And so there was a draft with every window. There were mice. Sorry, like that's what's we get.
Animals.
TV
well,
budget.
like lake houses. So like my mom lives on a lake and we have wolf spiders, but I think it just traumatized me because they look like tarantulas. They are the size of. But I
don't think I could do that.
8 legs, 8 eyes. They got the jump on you. They jump. I'm not faster than a spider, so they win by default. So I haven't grown out of that one.
Yeah.
And then when I was younger, we both have a lot of siblings. You have a couple more than I do. My sisters and Freddy Krueger, I couldn't sleep in the middle of my bed until I was like 14. Because I thought I was going to get sucked in.
Oh.
Yeah, and they did that.
I didn't know that that's what Freddy Krueger does. Is that
Something,
what happens?
yeah, you get sucked in the middle of the bed, you end up under the bed in this whole other world, and then you're stuck. And so I refused. Nobody could put me in the middle of the bed for forever.
Yeah, I didn't know about that. The black spiders, like the big, like with the longer, stronger legs like that, I'm not chilling with. But I'm talking about the little gray ones, I'm okay. Those I probably need, I wouldn't kill them, I'd trap them and then put them outside.
You would trap a bug and put it away.
I trap the stupidest bugs just to save them, like the most insignificant bugs, but I can't kill bugs
You've
anymore.
saved a worm before. I witnessed it.
I did?
Yeah.
When?
When we went for a walk a couple weeks ago, you saved a worm.
Oh yeah, I did.
Yeah, you did.
It was chopped in half though already.
Yeah, but you still had the best
I put it,
idea
yeah,
of like what to
did.
do. I couldn't do it.
I think we have to go to break, but really quick, Lenny DiNardo, according to our producer,
tarantulas.
has pet spiders.
I loved him until I found that out.
Oh no, he's on your bad list.
Terrible.
Terrible, Lenny.
Somebody like that comes in here one day with their pet for crying out loud, and then no.
I don't think I'd want a pet tarantula. That being said, we're gonna send it to break, and then we're gonna play a little shoot or pass Halloween edition to wrap up the show. We'll be right back after this. Welcome back to the Hockey Hub. We are gonna do shoot or pass. It's a game we play where we agree or disagree on the following statement. It is Halloween, so it's Halloween edition. I don't think we have a single hockey question in here. Sorry. But the Bruins are playing the Carolina Hurricanes tomorrow at 1 o'clock. That's what you need to know. Casey, you want to go first?
Yes. Okay. Shoot or pass.
Yep.
Reese's peanut butter cups are the best Halloween candy of all time.
I have such a hard time saying best with anything. I have decision paralysis. I think we've talked about this on the show. Like I can't pick the best. But it's right up there. So I'm just gonna
top
shoot.
5.
Yeah. I'm
Okay.
just gonna shoot with that one. It's a great Halloween candy.
In all honesty, I am very much as much of a moody music listener as I am a moody candy eater, and so like I either want a peanut butter cup or I want Sour Patch Kids. I can't.
Oh, I
attest
love
to
Sour
this.
Patch Kids.
I love. It's been my dinner for like most of my.
That's not good. That's not good.
I thought you were gonna support me in that.
No,
Sophia.
it's not good. I think you need a veggie in there.
Okay. Oh, the green Sour Patch Kids.
Yeah, no, that doesn't count. Doesn't count. Okay. My turn, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I think we'll see if you agree. Candy corn. I'll judge you hard if you don't. Candy corn is the worst Halloween candy of all time.
I hope I don't ruin our friendship with this, but shoot, this is awful. Candy corn has a terrible aftertaste.
Yes. So shoot is yes. It is. Yes, I agree. We shoot. Yeah. I don't know
like
why it's
nauseating. Yeah. Sorry, guys. Whoever loves candy corn like that, I just can't.
I think
do it.
old people do. I don't know. And my parents are old. I mean this in a nice way, but I think like I'll ask my mom. I think the older generation just likes candy corn.
Was it like the only candy they were able to have though?
Maybe.
Yeah, that's that's what my theory is. Like maybe they didn't have access to some of the really good things.
Yeah, like the newer candy.
Yeah, candy corn's garbage. People over the age of 15 should not be trick or treating anymore.
That's a big shoot for me. Like almost even like 13 or 12. Like 13's the cusp. 13 should be your final year. And then after that, you're done. Like my sister had a place in Toronto where it was like a big Halloween neighborhood. And there was like a kid smoking a cigarette on the cell phone, knocking the door. And she was like, no, dude, like you're not getting any candy.
Yeah.
Like if I was gonna say if you're old enough to have a cell phone, but kids are getting cell phones younger and younger these days. But yeah, I would say 13's like cusp, you're done. What do you think?
Okay, well, I agree, but a part of me did think, or actually Adam Kaufman this morning said that I am short enough to still go trick-or-treating.
Height.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
but it would be
and
creepy.
you look really young, and as a compliment, I mean that. I'm not saying you look 15 because that's ridiculous, but you probably could have gotten away with
creepy.
it. Yeah.
There'd be questions.
And like people can wear it could be a 30-year-old behind a mask these days. Who knows? I just think it's ridiculous. So over 15,
right, 13,
done.
You're out.
Yeah. Carving pumpkins is the worst Halloween tradition.
I think that's so negative.
Agree.
Yeah.
I passed so hard. It's my favorite.
Absolutely, because roasting the pumpkin seeds, like I carve so I can snack.
I don't even do that.
Oh my God, there's like seasonal, and you put them on the seeds and you bake them.
No, my mom does that, but it's like for me, and I agree, that's part of the tradition. You remember how I just said I can't pick best anything? Yeah. Pumpkin carving is the best tradition for me.
Yes.
It's like the best. I do it every year with my friends. It smells so good.
I love the smell.
Yeah, the smell, and it looks so cool when you light it up.
Yeah.
Come on, people.
Throw your candle in the mix. All right, so we're both on board with that.
Yep.
Okay, I'm not going to say Jason's last name because I didn't know he had one. Voorhees, there we go. Thank you for producers. Jason Voorhees is the greatest horror movie icon ever.
I've never seen it. I've never watched Jason.
You know?
Really sad.
Neither have I.
Okay. No, I know. I didn't see it, dude.
Yeah.
I didn't see it.
This is how I watch horror films.
Brendan's like, this Halloween movie.
Yeah.
Haven't seen them, Brendan. I'm scared of scary movies.
So I actually don't watch horror films. I listen to horror films.
I don't watch or listen.
Okay.
I'm weird. I think we talked about The Devils.
Oh, yeah.
I'm weird about that. I don't like evil things.
Too spooky
This
things.
skull, I'm going to smash it when we leave. I don't like it. I don't
Does it
like
bother you
anything.
that I have a skull tattoo? And
Maybe
I named
a little.
him Sebastian?
Maybe a little. No, if it's like they're in Mexico.
It's not a candy skull, but he's very delicate.
Because I know there's a lot of like religious tradition around skulls.
Dia de los Muertos.
Yes, so that I have to respect. But if it's like meant to be like evil and death, I don't like it. I don't like it. Salem, Massachusetts is the best place to be on Halloween. I mean, apparently, yes. I've only gone leading up to Halloween in October, and it was really cool. I've never really been there on Halloween. That would be a really cool place. Are you familiar with it at all? I know you're
So I actually just went 2 weeks ago because my best friend from Tampa was up here.
Yeah.
We didn't really have a plan going in, but if anyone was a Disney fan of Halloween Town, that's the vibes that I got from it. So
Okay.
like you're walking around and it's like a block party of people wearing costumes and like creepy clowns playing the violin and stuff like that. So very intense and cool Halloween
I think if you
vibes.
like Halloween, then you'd love Salem.
You'd love it, yeah.
And we're right here, and I never get to go, but it's because it's the start of the Bruins season. Never really have time.
Full go hockey.
I think we have to go, Casey.
I know.
I'm going to smash the skull. Bruins tomorrow. Carolina Hurricanes, 1 o'clock matinee game. We'll be back on Monday at 1.
Do you have pre and post tomorrow?
I have pre and post tomorrow. Another day, another work day.
Until Monday.
See you guys. Bye. Yeah, creepy.